Alright guys, we're starting our auto pipe detection process. I've got my heat recovery tab pulled up here. As you can see, our high pressures are starting to build up here. Now what's going to happen is when you're watching your heat recovery box tab, you'll see in this case, this here is a 4-port box. So right now port 1 is in heating and the rest are going to be off. Now what it's going to do whenever it does its auto pipe, it's going to cycle through each pipe in heat. When it does that, what you can do, you can look through your indoor unit information, cycle through your tabs, look at your pipe in and pipe out. All these are going to be relatively cool to, room temperature normal, but you're going to be wanting to look for the one that has higher. So in this case, see if we can find it. We're going to cycle through our tab here. Right here, we see this one's at 107. That's telling us that it's sending heat to this indoor unit. So on this heat recovery box, port 1 is in heat. This indoor unit's getting heat. Think the two are connected? They are. Once it finds it, it's going to tell us number indoor unit 1. There it is. Wow, I got magic fingers. Next thing it's going to do, it's going to move on to the next box, or the next port. Sorry. It's always going to stay on the very first one, is going to stay in heat. As it moves on through the rest, they're all going to go back to off, and the heat is just going to cycle down through there. But now it's looking for the second port. Which indoor unit's going to be on the second port? And it looks like it's going to be this one, right next to it. Okay? So it's going to go one at a time, cycle heat through each port on every box. What it does is it recognizes which indoor unit is on which port on which box. That's how the system works. It's got to recognize it. It's got to tell it what it's got. That might not make any sense, but that's just kind of how it works. So it's got to do that on every box for every indoor unit. Now there's another way to do it if you don't want to do the auto pipe detect, which I do recommend. But if you can't, if you keep failing and you're having issues, there's called manual pipe detect. You have to know exactly which unit is connected to which port on every box. You have to know its central control address, and you can enter all that information manually at the heat recovery box. But that's kind of a last resort because it's very time consuming. So as you can see here, I don't even know if you can see. It's hard to see, ain't it? Jeez. I thought this was 2017. We're supposed to be able to see this stuff. Anyways. Alright, so see now we're already on number 4. See? These have all went back to off after they were done, but the first one always stays in heat for some reason. Don't ask me. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I can email the Koreans and ask them. They're good guys, man. Very knowledgeable. So we've already moved on to heat recovery box number 2, and we're on port 1. Okay, so you're just gonna sit here and watch it, make sure it does its thing. Then after that, you're ready to start the system up. What you want to do is afterwards, it'll show you the total number of indoor units, which we already know is 29. You're gonna want to cycle power on it, power them back up. Let it do its thing, let it come up and show you all its information, make sure all that's correct. And then it'll be ready to start up and run the system. Okay? I know it's kind of rambling, but it's just kind of how I talk, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much what's involved in starting up the LG system. Actually, no, that's not pretty much what's involved. There's a lot more that goes into it, but this is the equipment startup steps that we go through. We still gotta, before all this even happens, we go through all the piping, we walk the building, make sure there's no piping issues, make sure there's no traps, we make sure that there's traps outside here where they're supposed to be, we make sure all the indoor unit control wiring is done, we make sure all that stuff's done, okay? So this is just a small portion, but hope you enjoyed. If it was a waste of your time, I'm sorry, but these are precious moments. You've got to take them for what you can get. You can't ever go back to this LG VRF moments. These are priceless. Good day.